what's up guys? Try Trav, I'm back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus from Titanfall 2. I finally finished my May class for college, so I was a little busy with that, trying to get stuff wrapped up, and then I moved back home. I had to get some stuff set up for my new job that I'm starting up soon, so just been a little bit busy. Apparently I forgot how to slide hop and do all this, so I'm just going to have to relearn Titanfall apparently. But yeah, I'm back to playing a little bit. This is my first match back since I think it's been a week. I want to say like it's almost been a week at least. It feels like it's been longer than that. It feels like forever. But yeah, so finally back to playing. We're gonna see how it goes now that I need to kind of like probably relearn everything I've done and see if I can actually put a game together. But a lot of stuff's been going on for Titanfall and video games in general. Titanfall's had some stuff talked about, a release for it, and then, you know, E3's been going on right now, so there's a lot of video game news going on with that. For Titanfall, it's been kind of interesting. So they did their patch with the Volt and everything, and kind of did that, and then I know this is kind of like a leak slash not official thing, but I want to touch on it real quick because I think it's just a really cool possible thing we might be seeing. So Respawn posted some pictures of doing some tests internally with some devs and some players. I believe Game Sager might have been there, but they were showing some screens and just, you know, being like, hey guys, we're working on stuff. And then one of the pictures, it showed that there was actually 3 weapon slots. So there's your primary, your secondary, and then you had your Titan weapon, which to me, on just like the top of my head, just sounds really cool. I would love to be able to do that. I know later on when people start freaking out about it, they were like, oh my god, we're getting 3 slots or whatever. They said that it wasn't anything official. They didn't mean to show that off. They're still working on it. Not sure if they're going to implement it, so it's not forthcoming. It's not something we're going to see in a month or whatever, but still really cool. I know for me, I would love to be able to have that, just because sometimes I get caught like not having any ammo left in my primary, and then I switch to my secondary, and then suddenly I'm switching to a charged rifle, and then I die because that's not going to kill anyone. So yeah, I just really think that'd be a cool thing to see. What else came out? They're releasing War Games really soon, that new map, which kind of looks like Glitch. I think it's really cool. It's from Titanfall 1, but it looks really interesting. The aesthetic of it looks really cool. It's kind of got this like neon cyberpunk thing going on, which is just kind of interesting, a little bit different from what we've usually seen. And then, you know, just the open style of it, I think, is going to be really fun from that. Titan Brawl became a permanent game mode instead of being a featured like it's normally been, which I think is really good for the community because a lot of people have been clamoring for it to be a permanent game mode. I know when we did the vote for Iron LTS, Titan Brawl, and Mark for Death, everyone and their mother wanted Titan Brawl. It won by a huge margin, and I know it's been super popular whenever it's been featured, so having that be permanent would be really cool, especially since we now have, you know, Monarch out for a while. There's just, you know, new Titan dynamics going on. I think it's a really cool game mode, so that's really nice to see. What else did they say? I know we have on the roadmap, we have War Games coming out, and I think we have one more map coming out after that, so I'm not sure what they're going to do next. I know that Respawn did say that we're getting like a free multiplayer. I believe it's like a week that's going to be absolutely free. There's a campaign mission with it, and then the pilot gauntlet, which is also going to be coming out with it. So I think they said it was for a week, which is going to be kind of interesting to see how that's going to affect like the community at large. Like, I'm hoping we're going to see a huge upsurge in the community from that free trial, just from people, you know, getting their hands on it. Like, okay, it's free, I might as well try it, right? Like, I've heard of it. But after that, I'd really like for the community to grow a bit by people actually buying the game and getting into it and getting into Titanfall. I'm not sure if that'll happen, or, you know, maybe it'll just, you know, fall like a, you know, be a dud and no one really even picks it up for the free trial. But here's hoping. I'd like to see the community get bigger and just more people get exposed to Titanfall, because I just don't feel like a lot of people gave it a chance when it first came out. I know the sales numbers weren't horrendously bad when it first came out, but they weren't also like mind-blowingly amazing like I thought it was gonna be. But, and I know this has been harped on again, I'm not gonna go into it, but that was just mostly due to being released between COD and Battlefield, and I just really like to see people, you know, give Titanfall a chance and get more exposure. So I think that free week is going to be a really good way to kind of have people jump in and maybe get just the community grown a little bit bigger. But I can't believe I haven't died yet. For my first game back, I kind of expected to just maybe get to 20 kills at the most and just kind of slowly slog along, but apparently I'm having a good day. So we'll see how long I can keep that up. But what else? So, oh yeah, it's E3, duh. E3 has been going on right now. There's been a lot of cool announcements. A lot of stuff has actually been a surprise, which doesn't usually happen at E3 or any kind of gaming convention lately, just because of the nature of, you know, video game news and the media and the way things leak. As soon as something gets put into development, or there's even like a whiff of something maybe, you know, releasing in another year, it gets leaked and we all learn about it. I mean, Assassin's Creed is like the poster child for that. We knew about the new Assassin's Creed game that finally got talked about at E3. It's called Assassin's Creed Origins. That got leaked, I think, like a year ago, and we all kind of knew about it. It just hadn't been like official. But then we got a bunch of promotional material like a week late before E3 even started, so it was really cool. Metroid Prime 4 for the Switch got announced. There wasn't any material for it. There wasn't a trailer besides like showing out the logo or anything, but it's being shown as in development, which is awesome. I really like that game series. It's been so long since we've had a good, proper Metroid game. And the fact that it's coming to the Switch and not the 3DS. I'm going to die here probably, but we're going to see if I can get this one last kill. Alright, cool. Yep. So that was a fun little streak. I didn't expect to really stay alive that long, but I'll take it. So yeah, Metroid Prime 4 got announced. Monster Hunter, I think it's called Monster Hunter World, got announced for the Switch too, which is going to be like an... And it also got announced for PS4 and Xbox One. So like Monster Hunter is making a huge jump into the home console space, which I think is amazing. I love those series. My only problem with it has always been that it's been on portables and stuff like that. I know they released one for the Wii way back in the day, and there was like a couple on PS2, but I never was into it that late. So I just really am pumped to see that kind of stuff coming to home consoles. What else came out? Sony announced, or well, they didn't announce, but they showed off more God of War 4, which I am very excited about. The new dynamic between Kratos and his apparent son is going to be really cool. I don't know if it's going to be the same dynamic or what it's going to be like as opposed to, say, The Last of Us with Joel and Ellie. That seems like it probably won't be the same dynamic, but I think it's going to be really cool to kind of get more human, you know, not just I kill everything and their mother killing the gods. Kratos version, I think it'd be kind of cool to see a different character dynamic. I know a lot of people start getting a little sick of the anti-hero thing, you know, just the hyper-violence, but it's obviously going to have hyper-violence. It's God of War, and the trailer showed that. I'm really excited about that. What else? Oh, biggest surprise for me from E3 so far was definitely the On Good and Evil 2 finally getting announced with a huge trailer. It was all cinematic. I don't know if that is in-game graphics or if that was just CG, but they released a whole new trailer for that. So if anyone doesn't know what Beyond Good and Evil is, it's basically this kind of like action RPG platformer kind of game that was released, I think, like at this point 15 years ago, and it's been clamored for forever. It's been a cult hit. The longer time has gone on, the more people have been like, oh my god, when's the sequel coming? And then for many years, the sequel was said to have been in development, but nothing's ever came out of it. They've gone through like a million revisions, and now we have a cool, very like heavy and attitude kind of trailer. It was really awesome. Everyone was losing their minds. I actually have a couple friends that are up at E3 right now, and they were losing their collective shit, texting me being like, guys, this is a thing, this is not a drill, like this is happening, like all these surprise announcements. So I'm a little jealous of them. I wanted to go to E3 this year, but it just didn't pan out. I didn't have the time. I had school and then my job, and nothing was really gonna work, but hopefully I can go soon now that it's open to the public. I'm kind of interested. I kind of want to see what it's gonna be like now that it's open to the public. How, you know, different the convention is and the way they run it, how vendory it gets. You know, I remember seeing some like pictures that people were posting about like shirts that said I was at E3 2017, or there was just a bunch of like, you know, touristy-ish things. Now it's open to the public and not a trade show, so that's gonna be cool if I ever get to go, but we'll see about that. But Other than that, at E3, not much really stood out to me. There was a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, which was just like another major tease because that game isn't going to be released until I'm 35 goddamn years old. So nothing really super stoked about that. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I just got leveled. That was amazing. That guy ended my streak so hard. I'm not even mad at that. That was just really funny. But yeah, so after Titanfall gets this free week, and there's, you know, the new map that's coming out soon, and we'll see what they do with, you know, those 3 slots, or if they do some stuff with balance changes like that. I want to see what Respawn's going to do next, because the roadmap's ending soon. I don't know if that means support is going to end for it. I don't think, like, they're going to stop support completely for Titanfall, and they're just going to dump it and be like, alright guys, that's what's left, bye. I'm sure they'll do balance stuff and kind of do little mini tweaks here and there. Maybe they'll introduce, like, a featured game mode, but other than that, I wouldn't blame them for moving away from Titanfall and stopping with this, you know, big post-release content kind of thing they've been doing, because, you know, that's resources, that's stuff. I'd like to see what they're going to do next, whether that means they're going to do a whole new IP on top of maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, making Titanfall 3. I don't know if... I'm always back and forth whether they're going to do a Titanfall 3. I really think they will. I'm not saying, like, guys, like, this might be the last Titanfall, but it's just, with the way, you know, Titanfall's been going, it hasn't been getting the attention I think it so rightly deserves. It's just, you know, does it make sense for them to stick with Titanfall right away, or do they take a break and then do they go on to a new IP and then come back to Titanfall later and really refine things and make it different? I can't believe I survived that. That was like one of my best dodges ever. Actually act like I know what I'm doing. But I'd like to see Respawn also just work into a new IP along with Titanfall, because Titanfall was like their baby. That was their first game, and then they did Titanfall 2. They improved on many different things. Some people would argue like some things weren't as good, and fair enough, some things maybe don't seem as good or as balanced or whatever as Titanfall 1. That's what you're going to get when you iterate on things. Some things are going to work, some things aren't, but all in all, I think Titanfall 2 was like a better game than Titanfall 1. From a gameplay perspective, community perspective, and just overall. Map design is always up for debate, but we'll leave it at that for debate. But I just think new IP from Respawn would be really cool. Obviously, they've shown they can get really creative with their single player. They got really creative with level design and mechanics and stuff like that, so I really want to see what they're going to do next. But other than that, I'm working at a summer camp this summer. Like I said, I have my new job that's going to start up soon, which means I won't be around my game, like my console, 24/7. I'm gonna have every other night off, I think, and then I get like 4 or 5 days off during those like 8 weeks I'm gonna be up there. I have to be there at the camp, so unfortunately that means I probably won't be able to upload super consistently, but I'm gonna try use those nights off. I get a lot to play. We do have a counselor's lounge, so I'm gonna see if I can maybe get my console in there and play while I got my free time at camp, but we'll see. I'll have to see what I can do about that. But other than that, I'm just really happy to be back to playing Titanfall in general, and, you know, making videos too. I know my videos don't get like any real views or anything. It's not anything anyone's really interested in, but I enjoy making them for myself. It's a really fun thing for me to do. I get to talk about things I normally wouldn't get to talk about just because people aren't around or whatever, so it's just fun, and I like video editing, and obviously I like being able to, you know, show off if I can actually have decent games or whatever. So yeah. So, I don't know how I did in this match. We're gonna see how I did. 48! Alright, I'll see you guys later. That was awesome. Like and subscribe if you want. I'll catch you next time. Peace.